Hey, what's going on, bro?
It was good,
Hey, had to be a little bit different this morning.
I guess.
Hey,
Tapping the mic.
yeah, bro. You know, DMV, like, we hitting on everything.
Yeah, here he go.
So you know how it be, bro. Be in class, some go pop in your head, you start beating on your chest and shit, tapping on the leg. Nigga, that's how it be.
Man, facts,
But
facts, facts.
this is another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be talking about the algorithms for social media, Facebook, Instagram, more than likely. But we'll probably jump into the other ones. But
Yeah, I
more
could
than
do
likely, we're going to just stick with the Facebook and Instagram for majority of this.
Yeah.
So as far as the algorithm is concerned, it sucks.
Yeah. It's a clever setup that they got going.
Yeah, they made sure that they kept certain people away from the spotlight.
Yeah. They want you to dedicate yourself to one of the platforms and then work it like a full-time job. That's really what they want from you.
Mm-hmm. Because if your main fan base or following is specifically based around foolery, then if you post something positive, then more than likely it's not going to reach the amount of people that you thought it was going to based on the people that you were
Yeah.
that pretty much just gave you the platform. Anyway, it is like, well, stick to this. That's all you're gonna do.
Right.
And I'm just like, why? Why can't I just be multifaceted?
Yeah. I think a lot of it goes into like the overall agenda of each social media platform, and I kind of feel like positivity isn't really the agenda, especially for Facebook. You know, they want the foolery. I feel like Instagram more so wants the polarizing, the showcase of a polarizing lifestyle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, Twitter is kind of different, but it's not kind of different in a sense. There's an algorithm on Twitter, but it's easy to break an algorithm on Twitter versus the other ones, in my opinion. And it's also easy to break an algorithm on TikTok versus like the others. But I feel like because until those platforms become like the mainstay of social media over Facebook and Instagram, then it's really not gonna matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I I see where you're coming from. Like I can't deal with half of the stuff that they putting up and allowing to go along on like the social media platforms.
Mhm.
Cause you could have really positive post, but it has one minor thing in it goes against the guidelines. You can't have it.
Yeah, that's another button problem on social media too. Like using that guideline thing to constrict people's. Yeah, they like I said, it's a very clever. They're clever with what they're doing.
Like they're talking about TikTok because of that. I know that I follow Patrick Cloud on Instagram.
Mhm.
He's a YouTuber, also a producer, director, many different things. Like I can't even name all the things that the nigga's good at.
Mhm.
But he had a video on TikTok where he was praising a black mother for giving her son uh, a Saiyan hairstyle, like actually like Super Saiyan esque hairstyle.
Okay.
He was praising her for that, and they gave him a strike for, or as they removed it for hate speech.
Right. Yes, it's because I've gotten so many warnings over the last couple of weeks about the hate speech, and it kind of it's like for me it's a double. I'm not gonna say it's a double-sided sword, but to me it does make me step back and look like how much of our everyday regular lingo that we think is just harmless lingo could, as we use like double entendre terminology, could come off sounding as hate speech. You know what I mean? Like, I got a warning just the day before yesterday on Facebook about saying that, you know how when we watch basketball, we watch football, but mainly in basketball, and you see somebody scoring a lot of points, and you'll be like, yo, such and such is out there killing right now. Now, we've been saying that since we were kids. Now, I said that, and I get a warning like, yo, that's hate speech. And then it's just like, oh, damn, I did say such and such out there killing. So obviously even though they know damn well what it means, because the social media platforms aren't stupid. You know what I mean? It's just also about them trying to control and conform you to what they want to be on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But then there's also instances where it's just like if you're at a lower tier, then it technically it matters more than if you are at a higher tier.
Yeah,
because there are people who say blatantly racist things or blatantly hateful things, and they still keep the video up because it generates views.
Yeah, or they just have. I kind of feel like, and I hate to bring the race into it, but it plays such a big factor. But I feel like, you know, certain people, they're just allowed, you know, the bipartisan of going past the rules. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is when it comes to that. Now, people won't admit it, and I get it, because if something's benefiting you, you're not gonna really. Well, we will, because we tend to keep it real about everything. But the average person isn't really gonna admit when something's like heavily swayed in their favor. What does the person do? The person just takes advantage and then gloats as if the thing is not heavily swayed in their favor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is the reason why black TikTokers are actually moving away from the platform and going on strike, because their white counterparts are taking their ideas and then capitalizing on them.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like that's just not even on TikTok. I kind of feel like that's just all across the board.
Well,
like,
yeah, realistically, yes.
Like, because I've seen that a ton on Instagram as well.
Yeah, also. Yeah,
and
also Instagram.
There's just like, there's big platformers who, and we can get into like the whole shadow ban thing, because I believe like currently I'm shadow banned on Facebook and Instagram. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I feel like just overall, like a lot of people have a lot of talent from our culture.
Yeah.
We have the most talent. Like, our culture is like the most talented culture in the world. But like you said, if it just came down to that, then, you know, it would just, black people will run everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, Lord knows we can't have that. Because you got to think of like all the lanes and the avenues that it will open. Because when Hollywood recruits these people off social media, who would they be forced to recruit? Yeah, they pick black people now, but it would have to be like 90% black people, and then other stuff. You know what I mean? And then not only I would like damn, I gotta pick Mike. Not only would I have to pick you, now I gotta pay you a lot of money too. So it's so much that goes into like all of this crap, and it sucks.
It does. And I'm actually gonna jump into the Facebook thing. So I remember that I was on Facebook, and I've never had an issue with having something like considered as not meeting guidelines.
Right.
I've never had that, but it's like some months back, I was making a joke about myself. Okay. And then they said that it goes against guidelines because I was making fun of myself.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, you gotta be joking!" I screenshotted this shit, and then I posted it, and I posted it in the same comment section that it was taken down in, and then they was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake," and then they put it back.
Right.
It's like, come on, bruh.
And then, because what really happens is, and now I guess we have to get into the shadow ban thing. What really happens with that is, by them sending you a warning, now they have a free pass to like screen your page from hitting the full algorithm of your friends.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like they had, he posts stuff that goes against the guidelines, so we're just gonna show him to the closest people he interact with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that ties into the reason why they took away the they took away the ability to see the people who are posting immediately, rather than the ones that's posting
right,
that's more popular and shit.
right. Because you would post something, and instead of me seeing what you posted 3 minutes ago, I'm seeing what somebody else posted 3 days ago.
Yep.
Just
because it's popular.
Right. So yeah, like it like I said, it's cleverly constructed. Like that, everything is a calculated step. None of that is just random. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Instagram thing. I don't know if you've seen like the new Instagram. Well, I think because we talked about it. The new Instagram algorithm, where it's like likes aren't the important thing. It's the you gotta save it, and then you gotta share it, and then you gotta comment on it, and then like, so by order, the most important thing is for somebody to save your post, and then the second most important thing is somebody to share your post. Then third is comment, and last is the like. You know what I'm saying? So technically, that's the new algorithm on Instagram. So I don't like it.
That's weird.
It is weird, but it's built so they can keep all the ducks in a row.
Yeah, because people with really high platforms, they don't really need
They'll
that.
stay high. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because their posts are going to be the ones that nobody's going to save my post.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And we adjusted to the old algorithm where we can get the likes and the views. And so by us doing that, we slowly inching towards, the next tier.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, now that this happened, now it's like, okay, clearly it's true because I don't feel like my post is reaching like a lot of people anymore.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you're back to square one.
Yep, that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Because once you get to a certain point, it just seems like they push the stop button.
Yeah. Yeah. Like on Facebook, and I can give you a perfect example of like the shadow ban thing. There was a stretch on Facebook, I think earlier this year, where I was posting my my TikToks on there.
Mm-hmm.
And my videos are getting 1,000 views a piece. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Getting 40, 50 shares, a bunch of likes and comments and all that stuff. And then out of nowhere, like not breaking the routine, not taking no sabbaticals, no keeping the same routine, it goes from that to a video getting 40 views.
Yeah,
and
that's clear.
And people can say like, and people, they give you the, like I said, it's the double-edged thing where they, of course, if you say something to Facebook or something, they're going to be like, well, maybe your content isn't. But it's like, you would still get the views. You just wouldn't get the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way that, like, over the course of 1 week, I'm going to go from 1,000 views to 40.
Yeah, they make it so blatant.
Right.
But the thing is, you can't really say much about it because what are you going to do?
Right.
Like, you can't just say, oh, they're holding my post. There's nothing you can really do.
You can't prove that they're actually doing it. You just know that they're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just know that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's almost like having a job and you know your job is shortchanging you. You know your job is making everything hard for you, but you just technically, officially, you can't prove it.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing in paper. You don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
They're gonna keep doing it
Yeah, it's very
until everybody says something about it.
yeah, it's very cleverly constructed, and because a lot of people still benefit from it, everybody's not gonna complain.
Mm-hmm.
Just the smaller content creators. So
Yeah, it's technically how society works. It's like
yeah,
people
same
who
thing.
benefit the most not gonna complain.
Right,
The people who benefit the less are going to be the ones that complain.
right,
But
And
people
be-
up here not gonna care.
right. So that's just yeah. It's just like I said. Besides Twitter, but I'm not active on Twitter. I'm just on there reading a lot. You know what I mean? I don't post a lot on Twitter, but besides Twitter and TikTok, because you can break through rather quickly on TikTok for some strange reason. I got a theory about it, but that doesn't tie into like algorithms. I think that just ties into overall, strangers supporting more than people you know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's why it's easier to break algorithms on there, because on there people would just support you. People won't even be following you, and they'll like and comment on your videos. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it doesn't. Whatever you post, if it's funny, people gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too.
There's never been like no unease about like, come on, you know this shit funny. You know what I'm saying? Or people not saying nothing, and when you see them in person, oh yeah, that video you posted earlier, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, bro, comment on it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know that shit help out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my theory on the whole TikTok thing. Even though I've been hit with the guideline thing too. Sorry, Chloe. Barely.
Yeah. That video was actually really funny. I don't know why they did all that extra shit, bro. It's like,
They didn't do it on Instagram. It's booming on Instagram still, but
bro,
yeah. Sorry, Chloe.
you ain't sorry, nigga. You do it again.
I would.
Exactly.
I would. I was thinking about doing one for Meg Thee Stallion actually, but
Oh god.
yeah, I know she would appreciate it. Hot girl.
I'll pass. But there's another thing I wanted to touch on. It was like I know we already talked about the whole shadow banning thing,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a very big issue when they say false information.
Okay.
Who are they to dictate what's false information or not?
Oh, what, Facebook?
Yeah.
When they do the little fact check.
Yeah.
Hey, the first time I seen that, I think I cried for like a good 10 minutes because I seen somebody post something, and I thought it was something like a new wave or something. I thought it was gonna be like under everybody post. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, Facebook done hooked up the thesauruses and you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can't be on this don't stunting no more. And it's just like, yo, such and such said this under it. Oh, fact check, false. Like, I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Like, yeah. And then I just, me, I'm trolling. I comment on the post. Yeah, Facebook says stop posting this foolery. It's false. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it pick and chooses when they do it, though. If it's a big enough topic and it's a serious enough topic, like, I see it mainly under, like, when people say conspiracies type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of this, like a lot of things that they post, that they say false information, a lot of it should be true.
Yeah.
They just say false information. It's like, did y'all not go and look the shit up yourself, or y'all just saying that?
They're just saying it. The Zuckerberg, man. Zuck gotta help out with the agenda, man.
Yeah,
I seen people post about 9/11. Yeah, 9/11 was an inside job, man. Like, oh, fact check, false. 9/11, and then it had like an article attached, and it won't even be like no place that you really like. You think it's top tier news to like CNN or you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It'd be like some random like I could have wrote it, like my blog or something. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, yo, this is why I wasn't an inside job, and then they had that on attached to it. It's like, yeah, that's funny though.
Old Town. This is the Daily Bugle from Spider
Yeah.
Man.
The Daily Bugle. Yeah, that's funny. I cried the first time I seen that though. That's how hilarious that was. Fact checker,
Yeah, like who the hell is your fact checker, bruh?
Facebook.
Fucking Stevie Wonder, the fact checker.
Yeah, probably got a little team or something. Just general little internet knowledge or some shit like that. What's I don't know. All this shit fucked up.
So, like that's wild, bruh.
It make you like, because what they trying to do is they trying to restore order. Because, man, content creating, you could blow up so fast. Like it could happen overnight, and you just don't need nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't like that because it's like eventually it'll run like the businesses and the corporations out of business.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing of like what's happening with music. Like more artists starting to sign these big deals.
They starting to be doing more independent.
Right. Because now you don't need, like I can get 1 million views on YouTube now without being pushed by a label. You know what I'm saying? Now my video could get like, you know, you hook up your little account. Yo, stream this song. Damn, I got 1 million streams. You know what I'm saying? Now you done made, you know, $100,000 and you ain't signing nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you know, this they, what do you call it? Rebuttal to get shit back in order so they can just control this shit more.
Yeah, that's like the biggest issue is the fact that they do want to just control everything, and now they want to funnel like people into the idea of paying for viewership and also paying for engagements.
Yeah.
Because there are many times where you will see, like, if you do have like a like page or anything like that, they're like, do you want to boost this post after?
Right.
Like right after you put it up.
Right.
And I was like, wow, okay. Hey, you have no faith in me whatsoever.
Yeah, because it's indirectly telling you, like, yeah, we're not about to show nobody this for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because I have a like we both have like pages.
Right.
Like I have like the one for the clothing line. We also have one for the For of a Kind page.
Yeah.
And they've said that multiple times.
Oh yeah.
You want to boost this post and stuff like that. But this is before we was doing the whole algorithm. Like our algorithm was good at one point.
Right.
Like we was getting like 130, 150 some views in like a week and a half. Like not even that. Probably like in a couple of days.
Right. Definitely a couple of days. Yeah.
So realistically, we ended up just stopping.
Right.
Just falling off a cliff. And then it was like, do you want to boost this post? Like, are you serious?
And that's one thing that I do notice is like, once you take like any type of break, that completely like dooms you.
Mm-hmm.
They really want you to be like, it's a job.
Yeah.
They really want you to take it serious, like it's a job, damn near 24/7.
Yeah, because we did have somewhat of a hiatus.
Yeah.
And that was due to the pandemic, and we couldn't meet up. So during that time period, everything slowed down, and then we kind of fell back from it.
Right.
And after that, it was like there was no more. Like, well, I'm not even gonna say no more, but we had a very little viewership after that.
Right.
Because of the situation that we were already in. So they would just say, okay, after we post the thing, like, oh, do you want to boost this post? You get more engagement, get more following and all that stuff. I was like, come on, bruh.
Yeah. And and not to get it wrong, because like paying to boost a post, it does have its benefits, but it's just like if you're not made of money,
yeah,
what do you like? It's leaving you no out essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I say all the time, I've said it in multiple podcasts and in-person conversations, like whatever. It's like if you if this was all you were, if this was all you had to do, it would be good. But the fact that everybody still juggles a normal life on top of trying to make content, like once you already blow up and you can kind of just like once you blow up and you can kind of just like do this full time, then I understand. Then you can treat it like a job.
Mm-hmm.
But for people that still got jobs, family, responsibilities, and then, you know, you want to do this too, it's like, yo, it's really no hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when you have to pretty much just be a machine to
Yeah.
a machine.
Right.
It's like you have to be a cog in the gear. You gotta fix yourself up to where you are nothing more than a tool for building whatever it is you're building, even though you want to do more than one thing.
Right.
They want that to be your only thing, and that's it. So that's gonna keep you on their platform.
Right.
So they just want to suck you into their platform and nothing else. You can't have a normal life. You can't have a social life. You can't have anything outside of the social media outlet.
Facts.
That's it. That I think like that's the biggest push they're going for. And it's frustrating for people who do want to be content creators and have very good ideas because they're overlooked because they don't have the following to do so.
Facts.
And even though they're producing good content or quality content, the biggest issue for them is that they're not going to be noticed because their algorithm sucks, because they're forcing them into paying for viewership, forcing them to pay for engagements and all of that. And just so it can reach other people, you have to bend over backwards just so you can get that. I mean, the hashtags and stuff, it sort of works in certain cases.
Yeah.
However, that's not going to be
Enough.
your end. It's not enough. It's not
enough.
the end all be all.
Right.
Like, cause there are plenty of people who have actually started following me because of the stuff that I was posting up, and then I put the hashtags. But that pales in comparison to half of the people that's doing like less work than I am, and they're doing numbers.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not to say they're
And
not doing a good job. It's just the fact is like there's like a discrepancy between the people, like between like social media and the up and coming creators. So I actually appreciate the ones that work consistently trying to be better, because we do a heck of a lot of work consistently.
Right.
And we're always coming up with new ideas. We're always coming up with many elaborate things. Like the podcast is like, it's one of the few things that we do.
Right.
It's just because we got the podcast, you have the photography. I write consistently. We do film. We do damn near everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't translate to social media, it's not going to work out. That's
Right.
the biggest issue. Like, we can take every other avenue, but if it doesn't translate on social media, it's not going to matter.
Right.
Unless we're going door to door and showing off our videos. That's the only way I see that working.
And that's not even a guarantee either.
It's not.
Yeah.
And we're talking about locally now.
Yeah.
Half of the people that we live around don't even care about what we do.
Facts.
Like, I can go to somebody's house right now and be like, oh, we're trying to build our fan base for the Four of a Kind group. How would you like to be a part of that? Would you like to see our videos and share and all that other stuff? They'll probably slam the door in our face.
Yeah. I wouldn't even try nothing like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if I go over to Forest Creek with some shit like that. I'll be damned.
I mean, that's anywhere around here. It's all the same, technically.
Technically.
Yeah.
They already lump us in together anyway.
Yeah.
So I just look at it in a sense that's like, why? Well, I know why. But the reasoning behind this shit is just, it's so horrible. Like, the things that they're putting out there in the world is just like,
Yeah, but that's why they do it. It's to is to just control the agenda, because the way things were flowing is like you can't control the agenda, because if I can get 1 million views without you or without the primary, team on like Facebook, like Zuckerberg's team and all of that, like I don't need them to get on their platform and then get 1 million views. Then I can start to do my own thing, and then I can put people on that believe in what I believe in, and then you'll lose control over, essentially, because everything always comes back to money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just the agenda that they want to push is what's going to bring them what they feel is the most revenue and money. And man, it's real. It's out of control. But
It definitely is, bro. I can't stand to see where this is going, because having to deal with social media in general, not even just social media, it happens everywhere.
right.
Like on every platform where you're trying to gain a viewership, it's going to happen.
Yeah. I feel like. Well, I feel like eventually it's just gonna. Everything's just gonna like blow. I'm not gonna say blow over, but everything's gonna like blow up, so to speak. So it's gonna be like. I kind of see like down the line, a lot of people just gonna start. A lot of people gonna start getting off of social media, not being like, you know what I'm saying. And then like, I'm an avid believer, like when they say history repeats itself, I'm a avid believer in that, because people tend to not change, and when you don't change, normally shit do just go in circles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like before it was social media. People that wanted to be like, of course, without social media, there is no such thing as content creating, so to speak. But
Mm-hmm.
say like being a comedian, you would have to go do a lot of stand-up shows. So I kind of feel like that would come full circle, as far as like people would start traveling back out LA again,
Mm-hmm.
or to Atlanta, maybe New York. Or, I mean, it's the typical spots nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it would be just like that would be like the thing again. Like, yeah, social media, it's too many rules, and because all it's gonna take is for like people to eventually band together, which I feel like enough people will, to rebel against one of the platforms. And then that's when everybody's gonna start looking at each platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the platforms who like give a fair shot, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, I feel like it's Twitter and somewhat TikTok and shit. But TikTok is still relatively new. It's only a couple years old. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how they get once the moolah gets heavily involved. You know what I'm saying? Because on there, it's you literally could wake up and you're a star on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I even though I'm not like huge on TikTok, like this week alone, I've gained about 300 to 400 followers, and I haven't done anything any different versus what I've been doing. Hop on there, I do like 3-4 TikToks and one little sitting, upload all 3-4 of them at that time. And I disappear for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And then come back, do the same thing, and it's just like, like these last few months, it's just been like, the numbers just been slowly creeping up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't have nothing. The only thing I'm waiting for is like a viral moment. Like I said, I feel like that's what we need. We'll be good after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once we get that, sky's the limit.
Yeah. We've had subtle viral videos, but it's just like it's nothing compared to what viral actually is.
Yeah, I would say semi-viral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, like I'm talking about like that don't just get like 1 million views.
Yeah.
You get like 1 million, that's it. That's a
Yeah,
wrap.
it shows up a nigga Snoop or fucking the little Daquan page and shit. They post that shit. All right, yeah, you might have yourself something. Cause that's an automatic at least 3,000 to 4,000 followers.
Who is Daquan?
You ain't never seen on like Instagram and all that shit. Like it's just a page, just Daquan. That shit has like millions of followers.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like even celebrities follow that page.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, if it goes on a page like that, then you already know. All right, I'm getting at least 8,000-9,000 followers, something like that.
Hopefully.
Because you're getting millions of views. That's if they share your they share your like your name and shit. Like some people actually do that, which is another thing that ruins the algorithm. Like someone actually taking the video and not giving credit to the person who made it.
Yeah. Or it just comes down to like people worshiping a certain platform over the other. You know what I'm saying?
That also plays a part.
Because I can definitely attest to like when you know the dude you robbing video, when it went on that DMV Hoods and News page,
Mm-hmm.
was people that I knew commenting on that video and not on my personal video.
Mm-hmm.
And we had uploaded the personal video probably like 3 weeks before it made that page. You know what I'm saying?
They probably didn't seen this shit before.
Right.
And they want to comment until
right
after.
until it gets on a popular platform.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like even if it does make those kind of pages, like people just when it comes to that kind of stuff, people kind of just worship popularity. Because it's a I want to say it's like how about to say unsolved mystery. It's like unfinished business from high school, or some part in their life where they just felt like they didn't get enough attention, or they weren't popular, or whatever makes you worship, like, you know.
Yeah, it's worshiping a platform in general, and they do it with celebrities too. Like
Yeah, and it's like we're big fans of celebrities, but we're not worshiping nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's just like. Yeah, like, and I also feel like if people could understand, like, you're giving those people power to be like gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the DMV Hoods and News page. Like I love Cuz to death, because Cuz, he didn't have to post us. He did it multiple times, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's greatly appreciated. But at the same time, like, to use him as an example is like, by everybody worshiping that page, it's like, one, if he does something to get that page deleted, then what? You know what I mean? Like, what happens next? Because he can he has a backup page, but the backup page is nowhere near that page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that page has the aura.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, once they see, like, oh, damn, he gone. Oh, well, who else is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's who else got the big platform. So it's just, man, yeah, a lot. It's a lot of foolery on our end, too, versus, like, just the social media end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand. So, like I said earlier, social media, the platforms do a masterful job of, like, manipulating and controlling how to keep the ducks in a row.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that, because I had to deal with a lot of that too. Because even with the four of a kind shit,
Mm-hmm.
we had moments where we'll see people comment on just like your individual shit, like when you posted like after, instead of like when you posted it on like the four of a kind page, like which was already had somewhat of a platform after. Like this is like early stages. They'll be like, all right, the four of a kind page is like different, so all right, that we'll push that to the wayside. But then it's on yours specifically. It's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they was jumping towards that one, but you had already posted that on your page like prior.
Right.
So, I mean, it was like, okay, the platform, like that right there, that's when it had like a little bit of the following. But I understand it benefited you regardless. But you in general, like with your specific videos, it just didn't translate to that one.
Right.
So I kind of understood how that was.
Yeah,
going.
but that's like when it comes, and that's what I was saying when we first made that page was like, because we weren't humongous ourselves, it's gonna be like hard to, tell people to go follow this page. I don't have a lot of followers myself. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I think even now I only have 3,000 followers or something like that. So it's like at that time I didn't even have nowhere near that. So it's like
I didn't jumped up to like almost 2,100.
Yeah.
Friends and shit.
So
on Facebook.
I thought you meant on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram now.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So I'm like on Instagram is like I had like maybe a high 1,800 or something. So I knew that was going to be tough anyway. Because one, you got to think like a lot of stuff go into it. The algorithm is the biggest thing, and then it's the other little things like a bunch of people not active, a bunch of people don't get on Instagram no more. People following me that's dead, and you know what I'm saying, in jail, and a lot of other things went into it too. Like, I don't know. It's just the way I was looking at it is like as long as they comment on somebody's video that's within us, then it's okay.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And then another thing, like sometimes they'll jump into the idea of like sometimes like favoritism towards certain people. Like even with like Big John them, it's certain people they like, so they're gonna follow them more.
Okay.
So if like Big John posts something, he getting a meal.
Easy.
Minx posts something, at least 100-something thousand to at least 200.
He growing though.
He definitely growing. That's my man.
Shout out Minx, man.
So I love his little Kawhi Jones, bro.
Yeah, he growing.
And then, or you see somebody like G Wayne, he's gonna get like 25,000.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, that back then that was his. He might have grew too, but I just haven't seen that from G Wayne in a while.
It's just the idea of favoritism. Like like the most popular one is going to get the most views.
Yeah, in this situation, I kind of feel like because I feel like it's because he just puts out more stuff, and I feel like, and for my personal opinion, I feel like I've seen Ja maybe 2 years, might have been 2 years before I even seen either one of them. Because I used to see Big John Cornell videos, like.
I ain't never seen him in Cornell videos until like later on, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I think, and wow. So I want to say like it was a few years ago, maybe 2017, might have been 2016. The first time I seen Big John was definitely in a Cornell video. It was that little Brotherly Love video where they was locked up. I mean, it was fake locked up though, and he was like he walked up all buff and swole to Cornell and was asking what he was in for, but he was talking like a real like he trying to intimidate him and all that. And then Cornell was like, he tried to tell him a little sob story so he could back up off him or whatever. He was like, yeah, me and my brother, we ran into somebody's house, robbed him or whatever. He's like, you know what I'm saying? We both got caught, but my brother, he got a scholarship to college, play football. Ain't nobody in my family never did that. So I took the blame for everything, you know what I'm saying? And then he had asked Big John what he was in for. He was like, he was telling a little story. He was like, man, I came home from work early one day. He's like, went upstairs, seen my girl in bed with another dude. He said, all I remember is I blacked out. I knocked Cuz upside his head. He's like, I threw her against the wall. He was like, I threw Cuz down the stairs. He hit his head on the 4th step. And then Cornell was like, wait, how you know he hit his head on the 4th step? He was like, yeah, when you go tumbling down the stairs, the 4th step extra creaky because that don't need to be replaced or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew he hit his head on it because I heard that. And the nigga Cornell got scared and shit. He was like, yeah, I'm in this joint for a long time, homie. You know what I'm saying? And then Cornell was like, yeah, but you you sorry for what you did. You seem like a good guy. He was like, yeah, but I'd do it again if I want to. You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, he was like, it's like, nah, I'm in here for tax fraud, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I just look like this because I work out every day. I've been here for 8 years, you know. And then Cornell was like, oh, man, he had me going. And then he was trying to walk off, and then Big John had grabbed him and was like, hey, but when lunchtime come, I'm going to need them fruitcakes. And then he was like, all right, man, I got you. He was like, hey, whatever side they give you, I need that too. He's like, all right, man, just let me go. And then he pushed him out the screen or whatever. Yeah, that's the first time I had seen him. And I was like, damn, cuz, Buffett shit. But nah, I feel like because he took off first and because he was ushered in, I kind of feel like that. To me, it's kind of cheating in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, one, Cornell ushering you in. And two, he's ushering you in, and you are top tier funny.
Yeah, forever he had somewhat of a pretty decent platform beforehand though, because he was doing
But
the
that
Hood Hitman.
That helped though.
It
like
did.
yeah, like crossing over with them, and then of course we don't even have to get into
Lesbian homie.
not the females in general.
Oh yeah,
just the females in general.
Oh,
Because then now it's just like okay, something wrong with this nigga because it's too many bad bitches in these joints. You know what I'm saying? But because
unlock Toxic Teddy.
Nah, because it's like, Cornell got like the bad chicks in his videos, but they look like realistic. Like I feel like if I go out somewhere, even if it ain't Forestville, let's say we go like to a different part of, let's say we go to Bowie. I feel like if I go to Bowie Town Center, I might see a Pageon. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I go to Forestville Mall, I might see a chick that look like Courtney.
We got him.
Yeah, Ephraim. Like, where have you been where you gonna see a chick like Persephone?
I don't know.
Where are you gonna go where you see a chick like E?
Well, whole time, like, we had some of them in Forestville though. We had some of them. They wasn't in our grade, but we had some.
I mean, yeah, but look how long ago that was. I went to high school for 15 years, and that's even more years because when them chicks was there, we was younger. Like I graduated, my senior year was like damn near 15 years ago. So that means it like 17, 18, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he just got like the pick of the litter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because he live in Cali, bro. That's where they want to go.
LA, and he's probably surrounded by content. Because even I can guarantee you, I would bet like rent money. The people that they do videos with, that whole big group, Cornell and all of them, 20 of them, Big Job, Minx, G Wayne T. If you take away all of them, right, I bet you it's still like 1,000 other content creators in the area.
Yeah.
That they just never work with yet. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like we're also, missing that.
Yeah, because we don't have, first and foremost, we don't have the usher in niggas. Because the people who are at a higher platform,
we don't live in
they play gatekeeper.
Yeah,
they don't.
We don't live in the usher in area.
Yeah. Like they get their platform, they want it for themselves. You want to do any work with them,
you show a nigga your video in this area, he might steal it. With a bigger platform, he gonna steal it.
Yeah. So we gotta be really we have to be really careful with how we maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to go out to areas like LA, where chances are they'll probably do that shit too, but more than likely you'll be like, hey, I got this idea, you want to work on it. It'll be people with really decent platforms will be like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and work on that.
Yeah.
And they also have a lot of the equipment needed.
Yeah, because you give yourself out there. I feel like you give yourself a better chance because everybody's on that out there.
Yeah,
like I know niggas probably be trying to steal ideas or shit like that, but if everybody out there is on like some creating type stuff, then you give yourself better odds. Versus here, everybody's not even on creative type stuff, and then the people you do find be on some silly shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or not consistent, or just a bunch of little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that plays a part into just building an algorithm, like not even an algorithm inside of a social media outlet, but building an algorithm on just in the outside world. Like everybody's not on the same page, so we can't build anything because we don't have that algorithm that's going to like really just usher in people, and then after that build them, and then once they get up to the top, then they're doing the same thing. It's like a trickle down effect. But we don't have that same type of algorithm where everybody's doing the same thing and everybody's trying to work for the same goal.
Right.
It's like everybody's working for separate goals and all of that stuff, which is cool, but they're working for separate goals that's completely outside of what we're trying to do.
Right.
So even the ones that really want to work in the field that we're in, they're more closed off about it. Because this field, it seems as though people want to just be to themselves, which is a bad idea. Like, why not try and collaborate?
Right.
So the building of that type of shit. And then there's also the aspect of, like, females in general. Like, it's not a lot of females around here that really just want to do that. I've come to understand. Like, they say they want to be a part of something, but then it's just like, I'm kind of shy about being on camera or something like that. Or, because, I mean, we do a lot more than just that. We do, like, the photography stuff, too. So even just that is just, they're iffy. It's hard to find people that's really, truly interested in creating stuff.
Yeah, I kind of feel like with the photography thing, if I was to post on Facebook about doing free photo shoots, I feel like the status would get flooded. But
Probably.
yeah, when it comes to like, I have a business side of it, so that I kind of feel like that's what really, besides events, which I have a couple of those coming up later this month. It's still June, later in July, but that's more easier, I feel, than like trying to do what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, until because I kind of feel like the popularity thing just comes into play again. You know what I mean? Because I kind of feel like people would BS on us, but if a popular person was to come along, the goofy nigga, or my boys out Cali, Pap and McKen,
Yeah.
then they'll probably be with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when it's just like, oh, I don't know who these niggas are, versus like, man, these niggas is funny. I'll work with them. It ain't like that. It's just, oh, I don't know who these niggas are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't. It's this area is like popularity rules over all, first and foremost, in this area.
That's facts, bro.
Yeah. So
Like, it's incredibly frustrating, but you have no other choice but to deal with it, because we have so much talent, but the problem is like no cohesive units.
yeah.
Like, everybody wants to do everything themselves, and
Facts.
even when they do something themselves and it doesn't work out, now they hating on the person that's doing better than them, and so they ain't gonna support. It's like,
that's another thing. That's another thing I peep too. Like, a lot of people do be jealous. So, like I said, it's one thing that you really can't lie with, and that's energy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And once you, and this is with any aspect of life, because I first kind of peeped this with some of the athletes of the world, like LeBron James or Tom Brady or something. Like, once you're good for too long, people kind of, because people say the same thing, oh, he went too much. I want to see somebody new. Like, people cling to that newness and that underdog story. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if a person is like working, and they're consistently at the top, then it's deservedly so, as long as they're not cheating. So, we can't, Tom Brady, I guess, can't have the asterisk.
yeah, I give him asterisks. Sorry.
Yeah. But people like LeBron, things of that nature, that's, hey, I don't know. But during this conversation, I kind of had like an idea on how to approach that, so to speak, that I haven't tried. That I should have tried that first beforehand, but of course I'm not going to put that on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to do so or not.
Nah.
I was figuring that you weren't.
Yeah, hell no. But yeah, definitely going to give that a try because that might be beneficial when it comes to the whole popular thing.
So, I really enjoyed this conversation today, man. It's like really insightful. Got a chance to like touch on many different topics outside of just having the social media algorithms and stuff like that. We were able to touch on just the algorithm in general in life
Yeah.
and how people operate.
Yeah.
So, chances are this might not be the last time we talk about something like this. Well, chances are very high that we're going to talk about this again.
Yeah.
So,
it'll be down the line now.
yeah, more than likely down the line.
Yeah.
But again, this has been another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short. I'm Tony,
I'm Teddy.
and we out of here.